I'm gonna get this fucking hoop. I'm gonna get it. Oh, come on! Just pick up the ball! Why is my HUD up there? What's wrong with my HUD? Why is it up there? Alright, welcome back. I'm recording this just under a week after Unskippable actually did a recording of this. A recording of the opening cinematic. And naturally, they did a way better job of it than I did. Makes me sad. Although I love those guys, so I'm not really going to hold it against them. And before we start, I do have to go over one thing real quick. You remember my old description of Nuremberg about how it prevents tissue buildup, scar tissue buildup? Hold on, I just gotta talk to this guy.
What you want?
I'm a friend of Greg Thorpe.
Really? Okay, I give you the egghead discount.
Good for me. I'm gonna buy a silencer, by the way, because I do recall that this is like this is the earliest place I can get it.
Done.
Like I said, I wasn't sure last week. I double checked. I didn't double check. I thought about it. I do remember like I had to buy that one because otherwise I don't get that for quite a while. What's the security rating on that? It's 2. Don't got that yet. But yeah, remember what I said about Nuremberg preventing scar tissue buildup around the augmentations? Yeah, well that's not quite true. In actuality, what I meant to say was it prevents glial tissue buildup around the biochip, not around all the augmentations. Am I even going the right way? Yes, I am. Because that is the gate that I was told about by the guy back at Seraph HQ, where Tyndall's apartment is. But I can't do that now because I need a security rating of 2 to get through it. Which we're going to get this episode, don't worry about that. Anyways, it only prevents glial tissue from building up around the biochip, which is some augmentation that every person needs in order to run augmentations. It's kind of the interface that connects your consciousness to your augmentations. That's the in-game explanation for it. And I'm bringing that up because it does come up later. It comes up as a minor point. Well, not even a minor point. It comes up as a part of the plot that is actually pretty major to it, but the game kind of fails to underscore its importance. On my screen there. Oh, what the hell?
Huh. I can do that.
Yeah, the question is, do you want to do that? Okay, I don't know why I'm getting so much lag.
Oh man, Eliza is so hot.
It's kind of hit and miss for me with this game. Sometimes it runs really well, and sometimes it runs kind of like this. This is my 3rd attempt at recording this, because first one got interrupted pretty badly, and the second one I was recording with maximum compression, which means it came out like shit. But, yeah, both those went smooth as butter, and this one's coming out like this. This is the next major step in the main quest, and we're going to do it this episode, because I can't really do anything else without hacking level 2. Hold on, it's got to save. There we go. Chet Wagner! We were warned about you.
Yeah? What do you want?
Information.
Then go bother the receptionist, Chrome Boy, instead of wasting my goddamn time.
Look, he's got a
Not that
mullet
kind of
and a dirt
information.
stash.
I
Clearly
want
a
to know about
reputable
the
law
Seraph
enforcer.
Industries case.
Ha ha. And I want a blowjob in a vintage 05 bar GT, so I guess we both keep on dreaming.
Well,
Huh?
this is Detroit.
Metalhead?
I know we can quickly satisfy at least one of those things. We're going to pressure him because he is an Omega. You probably saw it spike up here.
You talk tough.
He is the first
We
of a
both
continuing
know that's
trend
all
in
you
this
can
game.
do.
A really weird trend that all of
down,
the
you're
cops
nothing
that you
but a
can
coward.
use this on are
You
Omegas.
trust me,
And I don't
tough
get... They're
guy.
like the only
I'm the
Omegas in the
real
game
thing.
are fucking cops.
You don't give me what I want, I won't beat you up. I'll kill you.
Now listen, man, we
You just threatened the
got off
cop
on
in the
wrong
middle of the
foot,
goddamn
right?
police station at
I don't
work.
want no trouble.
Talk.
Like, shouldn't this guy
Okay, look.
immediately just, like, read your
I
rights?
just came in one morning, and there was an email with my new assignment in it. Official business. But there were also specific instructions. I had to check out the lab for footage from an IntelliCam. They told me to take it and leave it near a garbage can somewhere near the lake.
What was on it?
Well, it's not crystal clear,
Well,
but
there's security footage.
mainly it shows the
have
boys
big
who
nose.
attacked Seraph as they were breaching the labs. And it looked like they were bringing something in with them.
Yeah, it was
Impossible
an
to tell
800-pound
what.
robotic
asked you to
gorilla
do
with a
this?
gunfire.
You think
saw
I
it, too.
know? Orders are orders around here. They always come from above. And nobody asks questions. You just do what they say, and you hope you don't end up like Secretary Haas over there.
I heard that, asshole.
An organization had received permission to gather in protest earlier in
And speaking of Haas, let's talk to Haas.
Yeah, hang on just a sec. Shit. Jensen?
Haas, surprised to see you here.
Yeah.
This is the first speech boss of the game that we're actually going to have the KC augmentation for. You can see all this stuff on the screen, like his psychological profile.
That's it?
His personality traits.
Forget it.
And persuasion level up in the top left, which despite being continuing bar, is not actually going to waver in any way. It usually just takes one big
First thing you say to me after almost 2 years is you want something?
Should I have given you an order? You've always been very good at following those.
God damn. Where do you get off?
Actually, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain that Haas here is probably the benchmark for the confrontation system, because he has some, not only has some of the best facial animations in the game, like a lot better than a lot, and he also has some of the most varied conversation options. You can pretty much be certain the same thing won't work work twice with this guy, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
You think I knew you'd be here? I'd have been just as happy without ever seeing you again, believe me. But I need to get into the mood.
He doesn't have a double chin. He has more like
a dot on his chin, when innocent people are in danger.
You don't get to bully me, Jensen. You're not my boss anymore. After 2 years, you got a lot of nerve to come here and talk to me like this.
Persuasion level
down. Don't you care that my job's on the line, that I need it? I could just... You better tone it down, I'm warning you.
I'm sure you are.
Don't put this on
Massive
anyone
Omega
else.
spike right there.
We both know the real reason you're stuck here is that you
Persuasion
feel guilty
down
about
to
what
like
you
nothing.
did. And until you face up to that, this is where you're gonna stay.
Oh, that's right. It's time to blame Wayne again.
That it is.
You want to talk about the past? Fine. You saw that kid's augments. You know how dangerous he could have been. If he'd gotten close enough, he would have wiped the floor with us. So I made sure he didn't.
This is like, what, the fifth different thing he says at this moment? I've been doing this a couple times now because of this, you know, having to re-record this. And he says something different every time. It's always the same thing about that kid, which we're going to get back to, believe me. Right.
Are you getting careless? That empty pill bottle in the trash over there. Didn't you know antipsychotics are included in the Force's zero-tolerance drug policy?
There actually is a bottle back there.
I only need them until I get things sorted out. You can't do this.
Yeah, I can.
It's not right to use them against me. They'll fire me if they find out.
Of course they will.
I'll lose my pension, everything. But you would, wouldn't you? Fine, you're cleared. I'll tell the guys to let you through. But I'll never forget this.
Good for you.
That's a promise.
And we are in. And there ends our what-if scenario if we blackmail Haas into the police station, which fortunately never actually happened. This is what actually happens. Alright, we can absolve or plead him. Any crush will almost never get you through him, but absolve and plead in some orientation is usually the way. Differs each time. I'm going to start with an absolution.
Okay, look, you're angry, and you've got a right to be. I'm putting you in a bad position, but I have to get inside that.
You can see from his face if he goes like that, if he shows some kind of relaxation, it's actually going to work. You don't need the persuasion level up there.
This isn't fair. Why are you doing this? Putting me between a rock and a hard place again.
And you can screw up like once or twice. You can drop downhill like you through all the same.
My life goes into the toilet. But you don't even care about that, do you?
We're going to start with a plead this time. That was Omega Spike. I don't know, this might be the worst way to do it.
Yes, your job is at risk.
Nope, this is working.
Yes, you've taken the blame for what happened in the past, but look, I need your help. And it's important. You got my word, whatever happens, I'll take care of you.
Well,
if it looks like he's about to cry, it's going to work.
Everything goes back to that day. I shot a kid, but he was dead before I did that. He chose to make himself a weapon, and he could have gone through us like tissue paper with those augments of his. That's why you ran off. You just couldn't take that.
Now, we also have the option to once again use the pills on him. No matter how you do this, you can use those pills to get through. We are going to absolve one more time.
We all make mistakes, Wayne. Nobody blames you for it. You have to believe that.
I don't know if this one's working.
You'll never put it behind you.
You condescending jackass.
No, this one didn't work.
I took the blame for what happened, but I don't deserve it.
No, you didn't. They pinned the entire thing on Anna.
First. When you refused, that forced me to do it. It's not my fault. You were responsible. And I want to hear you own up to it.
Oh, this one is... Oh, shit. We're gonna have to absolve. Normally, you can plead with him, but if he asks you specifically to owe up to it, you have to absolve. If I remember correctly.
Wayne, it was a bad situation. You didn't do anything wrong.
Adam, Thanks. The door's unlocked. I'll tell the guys to let you through. Now, I need to be alone for a while.
Alright, we're in. Alternatively, if you plead with him and say you can put it behind us, he kind of says that that's a relief and thanks you and lets you in anyways. But if he specifically asks you to owe up to it like he just did, he's going to turn on you if you do that. That's why he's probably one of the more complex bosses in the game, speech boss-wise. Anyways, it's time to start looting the police station. We're gonna... Oh, wait, close. Hold on. Do I have my augmentation yet? No, practice... Oh, I gotta go down to the... Oh, shit, I gotta go down to the body first, and I'll get a practice kit there. I'll definitely have points by then. Anyways, you've put together enough of what happened in order to Adam Jensen, especially through Haas. The general story of it is that Adam Jensen was given an order when he was on SWAT to shoot a kid who had become a heavily augmented weapon. Basically, he was what Adam Jensen is now. Like, just a killing machine through all his... Ooh, hold on. Let's loot these. Just a killing machine, because he had all these different weaponized augments attached to him. But Adam wouldn't do it. He wouldn't shoot a kid, right? And when he wouldn't do it, it got passed down to his immediate second-in-command, which was Haas back there. Haas took the shot, and because of just because of the general situation, just the display of corruption he would just witness, Adam quit the force. However, when he did, the police... Oh, I knew there was something in there. Give me that. When he did, the police station, or the police force, or the brass, as they kept calling them, used him as a scapegoat for the ensuing riot in Mexican town from the kid getting shot. Because, yeah, there was a riot. And that's where he got into his bad situation. Everyone thinks he did.
You the home sec guy I was ordered to wait for? Tell Manderley I didn't get the memo until I was
Manderley!
halfway through the autopsy. By then,
I know that name.
It was too late to close him up again.
Right. So you recovered the neural hub?
Tricky bit of work that was. A few inches lower and the bullet would have fried more than just the pedog connectors. As it is, I can't guarantee you'll get anything useful out of it, other than the fact that it's been modified.
Modified? With what?
Some kind of wet drive. But hey, I didn't look. Ultraviolet means ultraviolet, and I know how touchy you guys get when it comes to matters of national security. He's all yours. The hub's been detached, but I left it in the skull, as ordered. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got paperwork to fix. This
guy just completely mistook us for somebody else, and for some reason didn't even ask for any kind of authorization or confirmation. He just assumed the first guy who walked in the fucking door was the guy.
Boss, I got the neural hub. Looks like it's been modified with some kind of wet drive. Pritchard should have a look at it.
No, stab.
Don't bring it here. Frank's not finished running his diagnostic, and I don't want to risk connecting any tech to our networks until he's done.
Especially if the tech is military. So what do you want me to do?
Take the hub to your apartment. I'll have Frank contact you there.
Oh, thanks. Put me on the fucking line, you asshole. I don't want to risk connecting to the server to our computer. Ooh, shit. I don't want to risk connecting it to our business network. Let's just attach it to your fucking apartment so the cops bust down your door. Alright, now I do believe we now have a practice kit. We do! Hacking confirmation level 2. We are back and we are going to start looting the police station. Let's start by opening the vent over here. See ya, sucker. If I knocked that guard out and the camera saw it, it would flip its shit.
Campbell's doing an autopsy on that John Doe they brought in earlier. Morgue's off limits until he's through.
Again? The purpose trespassing. Who cares if Sarah's trying to call a killer?
Murder's not the issue. The way I hear it, our JD is a cop.
No way.
According to the first responders.
Shit. How much you want to bet that story's about to change?
For the most part, the cops themselves are relatively innocent of corruption in this game, at least the Detroit ones. It's mostly the brass, as they call them, that's responsible for a lot of the corruption you hear and see about in this game. The cops just kind of have to, in lieu of just getting... Stop pulling your gun out! Have to in lieu of getting fired or worse. Like, Haas. Nothing in your door. Thank you. You don't need that shotgun, right? You're only cops. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of vent crawling in my near future, so if you got a problem with that, fight me. Now we're on floor 1. Let's start looting here.
We just got in from Connaught Technologies.
Connaught.
Now, if I was a smartass, I'd start trying to loot this area here, but there's way too hard to do that without getting seen. Or at least way too tedious. That's a bathroom. That's also a bathroom. Now we can do this door, but there is a chance of getting caught while I'm doing this. So... by that cop right there. Come on, move. Move. Right, let's hack. This is the sheriff's office, if I remember correctly. It's really easy to accidentally hit one of the virus buttons when you're actually meaning to just capture. Get that data cube down there. Like that. Oh, I didn't hit it. Fortification!
Access granted.
Got it. I got a worm out of it. That's what that data cube had. The cube's at the cube at the bottom. It's the type of node that if you hack it, you don't need to. It's always off the path. But if you get it, you get something out of it. Usually either money, experience, or one of the 2 virus types. You don't get anything like a fucking weapon or any physical thing like that, because you just hack the data profile. I can't grab that. Why can't I grab that? Oh, hold on. Okay, I got it. What's over here? Let's read that. That's patriotism is his password. Alright, let's go in. No code found. What was okay, disconnect. What was I looking at? It should pop up immediately. Okay, whatever. Maybe the is the no, it's not the right one. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna have to do this the hard way. Oh god, one of these starfish ones. The transfer node. Oh, this is a hard one. I remember this. Shit. The bottom one's a trap. Hold on. Transfer clearance. I'm probably gonna use that virus. I don't want to use it though. Okay, let's try that again. The transfer nodes are, if you capture them, it transfers fortification from one node to another. Let's say you got a 4 and a 2. If you capture it, it might transfer 1 fortification to the 2, so you got 3 and 3. 9 out of 10 times they're a good thing to have, but if there's 2 paths to take, you're almost certain that one of the ways you can go is going to be a trap that's going to drop a heavy amount of fortification in front of you that you need to get to that other node. Clearance is the same thing, except it doesn't transfer, it just straight up reduces fortification on another node somewhere else on the map. Phone's ringing. That's not my phone, it's in the game. Okay, hold on.
Access granted.
Alright, and I got $250 and experience out of that. One was from the node. Access codes! Woo! Wow! Oh, someone's office. Okay, I thought that was the code for this office. That's a slap in the fucking nuts, isn't it? I gotta remember to scroll these slowly. Sorry, just because I said if you want to read any of them. I don't know. I know like 100 of you, and only like 1 will probably actually want to read these if you don't just have the game outright. But still, just for sake of completion. Anyways, it's time to go upstairs. We have more shit to do. If you do have a password for a door, it might sometimes be in your benefit to try to hack open anyways. Okay. That guy does sometimes move, and I hate it. If he moves, he'll see you. I have the code, though. That's the code for this door. Usually I don't go to I hack this door first, because you gotta go in here. And then I go to the sergeant one to get that code. I don't even remember it's for this one. Take his pistol and ammo. You can generally tell if the area you're in is going to get you in trouble if you're seen by looking at the radar down there. If the cameras go gray, you're in a restricted area and you're going to get in trouble. The people usually won't. They sometimes will, but not always. You'll get in shit if they catch you hacking as well. This is not a pretty one. If you notice the dotted lines with arrows going in the way, the whole point behind that is that the you can only hack in that direction. You can't go against the tide. That's for both you and for the thing up there. Shit, I'm not gonna get that data node.
Access granted.
Oh well. Who cares? Not most times the security hub is you can't reach it because it's always got a path leading away from it, blocking the way. Like it can get onto the network, but you can't go upstream to get to it. This isn't always true though, and when it's not, you have a second option to completing these hacking sections. I'll show that when I get to it, if I can get to it. All right, I think I have a number for this. Yep. Which is good, because this is easily the hardest panel to hack in the building. If you go in here with that set to inactive, or you set that to active, these things right here are laser grids. You can't get through. 100 on Traveler, which is half the reason you go this way. Uh-oh.
Back away, Pat!
Okay. Oh, he saw me, but he didn't really care. I backed into a ventilation system.
We're gonna stay here until I get some answers, kid. We're talking about some serious fucking crime.
I don't want to go through there. I'm going to be up there in a minute anyways, because this leads up to the 3rd floor, which we're going to have loot now. By the way, in any future videos where I go and spend a significant amount of time looting any kind of area, I'm going back to that room. Where I spend any kind of amount of time looting a particular area, I'm not going to spend all of my time at... Ooh, wait, hold on. I want to go back and take a look and see if I can get into that room. I might have picked up a code for that. Where is he? Alright, I can totally do it. That's what this one's for. Alright, I'm in. Sweet! Opening the door, and I'm going to get the camera footage while I'm at it. Ooh, baby. Alright, I'll take a Peps. I'm not going to use that Peps, but I'm going to take it. A couple of concussion grenades, a mine template, one combat rifle. I'm not going to take the rest of the guns. I'll tell you why later. A rate of fire upgrade, which is good. I wonder if I should use one of the upgrades. I'm running out of space. Okay. One's for reload speed and one's for rate of fire. Oh, I never put that on the gun. Shit. Get down there. I don't know if I should put those on the pistol or not. I'm going to get another gun later. I want to start upgrading too. Oh, I know where I should put this. There we go. Because that gun has an abusively slow reload time. I'm going to routinely come back to this room. I'm probably going to gut it and sell off all the guns one by one. I'll do that off camera, of course. Okay, I think I can leave now. As in, I can leave this area and go to the next floor. Oh wait, no, that's lead somewhere else. I'm not gonna worry about that yet. Stairwell's back here. Someone went and left their money on the floor there. Oh, hold on, I forgot over one area. Fucking music. Alright. Alright, I know there's something in here. There it is. See what's on this. Okay, let's go to an office. Notice the the copiers and the vending machines light up when I walk by them. If you have the arm upgrade, you can pick those up and throw them at people, like I said before, but that doesn't do close to shit, because if I toss them at any of these cups right now, they'd just be like, ow, stop that. No, that's annoying. Alright, let's go this way. Another traveler bonus. I think this guy's asleep. Remember that before? I remember I was freaking out because I thought he saw me, but he's actually just like... Yep, he's asleep. Nothing. Sleeping on the job. Right, quick save there. Guy got $150 worth of credit chips in his desk. Is this Waz's computer? It is Wag. Okay, I'm gonna hack it. I don't need to because I talked to Wagner downstairs. Which you cannot get it from him downstairs without the Casey mod. But if you don't have it, you got to do this instead. I'll do it anyways, just because I'm here and I'll show you the alternative. I'm gonna fortify here while I'm waiting.
Access granted.
And remember, Wagner isn't for the main quest line. He's for Motherly Ties or whatever it's called. Looking into Reed's capture and death. Oh, that's a gun. I was looking at... Oh, what the fuck is that thing? Oh, it must be DLC item. Okay. I can roll with that. I am okay with this. This is new. I must use this at some point. Oh, come on. Move. You'll see me hack. Yes. Okay, he's done. REX-84s!
Access granted.
Alright, I got another nuke virus. Sup, officer. Detective Jenny. Oh, this is Jenny! Right. Detective Jenny. Hold on, I'm gonna search that and get that ammo. She has... Wait, does she have a gun in here too? I actually think I might have missed a couple guns while I've been looking around here. I'll probably have to go and loot those out when I'm going to clean the place up. How you doing, officer? Nothing suspicious here. What are you... Look at me. I'm not doing anything. Want another traveler upgrade? I think I've gotten like, what, 600 in traveler points now? It pays off to do this kind of shit. That leads back out into the hallway. I'm not going to do that. And then, like I said, notice how security camera is gone in gray.
It's this movie from the 1980s about this cop. He gets all shut up. He gets rebuilt as a cyborg.
Is that with Van Damme?
No, that's something else. I'm surprised you never heard of it. It takes place in the future Detroit.
I guess I'm just not into sci-fi.
Yeah, if you throw a lampshade over it, it's suddenly not ripping off jerkwads. Oh, that didn't throw the guy off. Oh, okay.
Look at this guy. I think we were just talking about you, pal.
Wow, what a coincidence. You got vodka, I don't need that. Alright then, I believe that is the entirety of the police station in all its lootful glory. Well, we're just gonna go up here. Hey, interesting, everyone saw I am Jensen enter the building through the front door, but didn't see him leave. What about that? Now, I'm on the roof, and if I had the correct augmentation, I could just jump off and land right on the alleyway without a problem. The Icarus landing mod, but I don't have it, so I can't do that. So, the fire escape for me. Oh, hold on. I'm going to hack that just to see if there's anything in the code I can take. Because, you know, even the door security has random shit you can get.
Access granted.
Now I can go back in that way if I ever want to. That's a door on the second floor I didn't take in lieu of going up to the top floor to loot extra stuff. Normally I would have come out that way. Alright. 4, 8, 9,
Jensen,
1.
I have a message for you from one of your former colleagues, a Detective Alexander.
Jenny, what did you want?
Probably asking us to stop looting her computer.
If you can make your way over to Grand River Road. And might I just add, as wonderful as it is to have you back at the office, I am not your personal dating service.
Well, you are now. You're not going to be doing much else there, now are you? Actually, he doesn't do that a whole lot. I think there's only like 2 or 3 times. There's only 3 times in the game where you get a quest through Pritchard like that. And this is the end of the Motherly Ties quest, but I'm not going to end it quite yet because that's one that I had to go back to the apartment for that. That's the code we got from Chase. If we didn't, we wouldn't have been able to get it without the casing mod. Otherwise, you got to hack your way in. And we got a bracelet because apparently, of all the shit in this apartment, in this fucking warehouse, the bracelet is the one that needs to go in the safe. Figure that one out. We're gonna leave this way. We're not gonna leave that way. Alright, I'm just gonna stack these boxes up and hop the fence. Or I can go down the sewers and I can get out that way. Either way, or I can go back up to the police station and leave through the front door. Either way, we're not going to figure it out until next episode. See you around, guys. Come on. Let's hit him with one of these.